Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has come back on set. Kaveh, oh my goodness. How do you react to that?
Well, look, the first thing you should say is that referees are human beings. They make mistakes like everybody else. They were working there in a very highly pressurised environment, and they made a mistake, and it was a big mistake.
Football descended into controversy and disbelief after a dramatic showdown between Arsenal and Manchester United turned into one of the most talked about officiating scandals of the modern era. What unfolded was not just another heated Premier League clash, but a night that reignited long-standing debates about VAR, refereeing standards, and the integrity of elite football. From the opening minutes, Arsenal approached the game with authority, confidence, and intent. Their pressing was sharp, their movement fluid, and their dominance clear. Manchester United, meanwhile, looked rattled early on, struggling to cope with Arsenal's intensity and tactical discipline. Yet despite Arsenal controlling possession and territory, the defining moments of the match were shaped not by goals or tactical brilliance, but by decisions or lack of them from the officials. The first major flashpoint arrived midway through the first half. Bukayo Saka burst into the penalty area after gliding past his marker, only to be clipped from behind as he prepared to shoot. The contact was undeniable. Saka's leg was taken, his balance disrupted, and his chance wiped out. Arsenal players immediately appealed, the away fans erupted, and replays on the big screens showed what appeared to be a textbook penalty. Shockingly, the referee waved play on. Even more astonishing was VAR's silence. No review. No intervention. No explanation. The second incident was even more blatant. As Arsenal delivered a dangerous cross into the box, Gabriel Jesus rose to challenge for the ball, only to be pulled back with both arms by a United defender. His shirt was stretched, his leap compromised, and his header completely nullified. Once again, Arsenal screamed for a penalty. Once again, VAR declined to step in. 2 incidents. 2 clear penalties. 0 justice. These decisions completely changed the emotional and tactical flow of the match. Arsenal, visibly frustrated, continued to push forward, but the sense of injustice lingered. Manchester United, having survived 2 moments that could have swung the game decisively, grew in confidence. Riding their luck, they began to capitalize on Arsenal's growing anger and desperation. United went on to score 3 goals that immediately sparked debate. Arsenal fans felt the psychological damage inflicted by the denied penalties played a decisive role in the outcome. Momentum had shifted, belief had been drained, and the game had been shaped by errors rather than excellence. By full time, outrage dominated the conversation. Social media exploded with clips, screenshots, and slow-motion replays of the 2 penalty incidents. Former referees, pundits, and analysts weighed in, many agreeing that Arsenal had been denied at least 1, if not 2, stonewall penalties. The phrase VAR failure trended across platforms, while Arsenal supporters spoke openly of bias and injustice. The backlash was so intense that it forced governing bodies to respond. Behind the scenes, FIFA reportedly initiated a post-match review, examining referee reports, VAR audio, and all available camera angles. The findings were damning. According to the review, both penalty incidents met the criteria for clear and obvious errors, raising serious concerns about how VAR was applied or ignored during the match. In a move that stunned the football world, FIFA ruled that the officiating errors had a direct and significant impact on the match outcome. The denial of 2 penalties was deemed to have fundamentally altered the course of the game, unfairly benefiting Manchester United. As a result, FIFA took the extraordinary step of stripping Manchester United of 3 goals associated with the compromised match context. the decision sent shockwaves through the Premier League. Rarely, if ever, has such an intervention occurred at this level of football. While Arsenal fans felt vindicated, the ruling also opened a dangerous and uncomfortable debate. If this match warranted post-game correction, how many others in the past were decided by similar errors that went unaddressed for Arsenal? The ruling brought mixed emotions. There was relief that the injustice had been acknowledged, but also deep frustration. Players and staff believed that no post-match decision could truly repair the damage done on the night. Momentum lost cannot be restored. Confidence shaken cannot be replayed. League positions affected cannot simply be erased. Mikel Arteta was said to be furious yet composed, emphasizing that while accountability is welcome, real fairness must happen during matches, not after them. Arsenal's dressing room reportedly felt they were not only fighting opponents, but a system that repeatedly fails them in decisive moments. Manchester United, on the other hand, were left embarrassed and under scrutiny. The stripping of goals cast a shadow over their performance and reignited accusations that certain clubs benefit disproportionately from officiating decisions. While United maintained they simply played to the whistle, the optics of the situation were damaging. Once again, VAR found itself at the center of football's biggest storm. Introduced to eliminate human error, it instead became the symbol of inconsistency, subjectivity, and selective intervention. Fans across the league began to question whether VAR is being used correctly, or whether it has become a tool that complicates the game rather than clarifies it. This incident has already become a landmark moment in Premier League history. It has shaken confidence in officiating standards, raised questions about accountability, and exposed the fragile trust between fans and the authorities governing the sport. In the end, this was about more than Arsenal or Manchester United. It was about fairness. About transparency. About whether football's governing bodies are willing to confront uncomfortable truths to protect the integrity of the game. The Arsenal vs Manchester United VAR scandal will be remembered not just for what happened on the pitch, but for what it revealed about modern football, a sport where technology was meant to deliver justice, yet too often leaves controversy in its wake.